Good morning, and thank you so much for tuning in. Well, today we are joined by Leo. Okay, so right now I am just kind of setting up. I'm going to be checking my emails, making sure that everything is good to go for our production later today, charging cameras, that kind of stuff.
So as you can see, I have a monthly planner. I mean, I've used different ones like weekly, yearly, or that doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. But I think that the monthly planner, it works best for me because then I can kind of see everything laid out for the entire month as opposed to the ones that kind of break it down hour by hour for each day. And then I just put in my appointments and shoots and pre-production meetings and site surveys and things like that in the planner. A site survey is basically when you go prior to the shoot to a specific location to check out the lighting situation, the plug situation, all that good stuff. Make sure you're good to go when you're ready to start recording.
CBS for monthly.
Hey, good morning.
And now I'm basically talking with my photographer, and he has a couple questions for me prior to him getting into the station, just making sure that everything is good to go.
Thanks, bye. Okay, so right now I'm just looking at my calendar and double checking what I got done yesterday and then comparing that to what I need to do today as well as the rest of the week as well as the following month because I have a couple of things starting next month, including my next semester of grad school, also organizing some of my paychecks, making sure that I'm still on budget with everything, just taking a couple minutes before people get in the office to do that. And then I already worked out all my emails that I needed for this morning. I did that last night. And basically that was just making sure that I tell our photographer where he needs to send the footage and to who and who's going to edit it, kind of just delegate what's going to happen with the film shoots that we have today and as well as the footage that we got from yesterday's film shoots. Today we are filming in the studio at 12:30. We should be expecting a guest at 12. We'll just kind of prep with her. We already sent her the questions, that way she could go over it prior and just kind of prepare. So she'll be coming in and doing that. It's just one guest today, so it should be pretty simple. Later we'll have a pre-show meeting with our studio director, our prompter person and floor crew, our photog and producer, photog is photographer, and then myself, talent. So that's what the plan is for this morning. Just make sure everything is good to go for the shoot later this afternoon. I already plugged in everything into iNews. That includes the graphics that we need, the information that we need, the script, all of that good stuff. So that should be good to go. I do have one of the news producers just kind of looking over my work, so it's still kind of a new program to me, but everything seems to be good. I picked it up pretty easily, so that's really good. I'm really excited about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the morning and the afternoon. Then in the late afternoon, I'll go ahead and start working on scripts that we need for the latter part of the week and next week. This week is actually a short week because it is Independence Day on Saturday, so we do have Friday off, so that means we only have 4 days to get everything done that we need to, but we are really ahead of schedule. I always make sure of that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, and then later we go in the studio, and that is the fun part. I mean, that is the whole point of the job, right? So yeah.
Before I go to the studio, I basically have to contact all the clients, sometimes via text, sometimes via email, and make sure that everything is still good to go for our recordings and other productions throughout the week. Sometimes I'll take screenshots or photos of the script, send it to them, have them proof it one more time, and make sure that everyone is on the same page. I know lately with the situation in the world, we've been doing a lot of Zoom interviews, and so for that I need to coordinate to have a green screen placed behind behind me at the desk, and that way I can use virtual backgrounds or whatever else I need to ensure that the video is of best quality. So that's basically what I'm doing. I juggle, well, between my photographer and I, we juggle actually 4 phones, and then we also, each of us has a GoPro and then a DSLR and then an actual production camera, so we have to make sure that all that is good to go, reservations, things like that. If we're going live, we need to make sure to have a live view, if that's on location, of course, and of course if we're in the studio, we need to make sure to reserve a studio director and all of that kind of stuff. So basically just continuation with emails and communicating with the clients and with other members of staff to ensure that everything is 100% prepped for each shoot that we have, and then of course organizing stuff as I'm on the call.
Input everything here in iNews. Just so you know, I'm talking to my camera. I've already input everything here in iNews, and basically we have our tools and graphics expressions folders here. So any graphics that are going to pop up on screen during the recording are in this panel, and then this is called the instruction panel in the same program. And basically whenever you click on like a new topic point for the segment, you'll see different categories. So on the blue side, this blue text, that is all of the coding that our studio director has done in order to make sure that everything is good to go for the shoot. And that also includes some of the graphics from the graphics panel, the expressions monitor. And I think our guest is here. Hello, Danielle. No, we haven't heard from her. Let me ask Mark. Hey Mark, do you know where she is?
I don't.
No? Okay, he is texting her. Yeah, we were just looking at the time because it's 12:13. She's supposed to be here by 12:30. Oh, because Mark told her to be here early. Okay, yeah. So instead, I guess she's running a little bit late, but she's still supposed to come. Oh. Okay, we can go to the front and wait for her. No. Is it?
She said she's closed. I'll just sit there.
Well.
Let me use the restroom.
Oh, Mark said that he just texted her and that she's close. That he said that he's gonna use the bathroom and then go sit up there real quick. Yeah. So don't worry about it, Eva. I don't want you to miss your lunch because she was running late, so we had to push it back. And I completely forgot to tell you. Okay. All right. I'll make sure Mark knows. And thank you so much. Yeah. Go to lunch, Eva. Okay. Okay, all right, bye-bye. Okay, so I had to take a quick phone call. Anyway, on the right-hand side is our script. The black text is our script, and then the red text is those are the instructions that we give to the studio director. Up here is what we call our rundown. This is basically block by block what we're going to be filming when we're in the studio, and then all over here is our project panel, all the projects and folders and cues that we're working in. So now that is pretty much set up, I'm going to go ahead and speak to my photographer. I already have my IFB in my ear. You can't even see it. That's the whole point. And then I do have, let me show you real quick, I do have my little thing here for my my microphone. That way we can put the receiver in there. But yeah, I think we are gonna go ahead and head to the front lobby and then wait for the guests, and then from there we'll go to the TV studio, and then from there we'll film and all of that good stuff. All right, I'll see you in the lobby. Okay, we are gonna go ahead and go out to the lobby. I have my lipstick on under this, so I hope the mask doesn't erase it. Should be okay. We have a lot of construction going on in the building. My microphone thing. But it should be good. Okay. Let's head on out to Hey Lori, enjoying your lunch?
Yeah.
Good.
And we couldn't figure it out. So we were doing it and we were like, oh, so we're doing it again. And then, of course, she was like, well, now it's mine and your turn. Then I beat her.
It's cold in here.
So here we just continue to wait for, well, play around. He doesn't even notice I'm trying to punch him in the face. There, let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. So here we just continue to wait for the client to show up. We're waiting in the lobby. We keep peeking through the parking lot to see if she's arrived. We do have security cameras, but it's kind of easier to peek through the window. Of course, talking to the staff member at the front of the desk and just waiting, because as soon as the client comes in, then we start rolling. We take her to the studio, check her in, and the fun begins.
We're waiting for our guest to show up. Okay, we're headed to the studio while my partner waits in the lobby for the guest to arrive. And what I'm gonna do is mic up, that way we can be ready. Yay! Studio, shh.
Agency created a wearable item called Pulse. When a person's hand comes close to his or her face, then Pulse vibrates. That should help the wearer remember to avoid contact. The coronavirus is usually contracted from respiratory droplets. And as the person selling pulses, people who are interested in creating one will have to have a 3D printer, wire, and other materials.
Question. Yes.
There we go.
Okay, this is like ASMR. I'm sorry for the, messy camera movements and shots. But we have to be quiet because we're in the studio and we're waiting for the newscast to finish. I'm texting my photographer who's still in the lobby waiting for the client, but I'm in the studio waiting for the cast to finish, and then I'll go ahead and get mic'd up and prep everything in the studio. By then, Mark, my photographer, should be able to bring in the client to the back after she's already registered her in the front, and then we'll prep her in the studio, put mics on her as well, make sure everything is good to go. I'm looking over at the teleprompter area because I think there's a spot to sit down. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna go sit down in the spot. But yeah, so we have to be quiet here because obviously they're recording and we don't want to disturb them. I mean, I know I'm in post-production giving this VO, but I think I'm still gonna be quiet too, just because it makes me feel like I'm in the moment reliving this again.
Yes. Yeah, because it's supposed to air every day, and it's gonna start off being one.
So here the client has arrived. She's in studio, mic'd up and ready to go. But before we do audio checks and things like that with the producers in the booth, as well as my photographer in the booth and the teleprompter operator, the automation operator, and the floor crew, I'm just talking to the client, explaining a little bit more about what's going to happen during the production, and also explaining that we try to take it in one take as if it's live, which is what we call a look live, because we don't want to have to go through and edit in post-production. We just want it all to run smoothly through the control room and be 100% flawless. So yeah, we're just kind of talking before we have the okay to 3, 2, 1 record.
Okay, no problem. And Richard's here sitting down, so.
But Richard needs us.
Yeah. They're working on coming to get it.
Yeah, I sent him the edits this morning.
Oh, okay. I can hear you, Mark. Let's see. It's so funny. I can hear Mark, like, even though he's like way on the other side of the building now. That means I can't say anything bad about him. No, I'm just kidding. He said negative. I can hear you. Yeah. So you know, these two cameras will kind of be switching. So like when you're talking, they'll like have a close-up of you, but just try not to look down at like us, our faces. Try always to look up there where it says auto script. Okay. Because that's where the actual camera is. But yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't feel like I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah, I know, because it just looks like a regular lens. Mark said we look good, so alrighty. Yeah, we'll have even. No, he said your hair is fine. That's what he tells me all the time. That's what he says. He's like, Danielle, just stop.
That's like, you have to fix your hair. It's not looking good.
I know. And then whenever there's like wind or something, I just blame it on Mark. I'm like, oh, there was a flyway. That's on you, right, Mark? Oh, no. He's just ignoring me now.
I know. When he does my videos, I'm like, Mark.
So in this case, my photographer actually knows the client. He's worked with her on several productions off-site, and so we're just laughing about how we always ask him prior to shoots to make sure our hair looks good and make sure there's not too much shine on our forehead and just random things like that. And I always like to joke and say, if I look bad on camera, it's all his fault, or if like something goes wrong, it's all his fault. It's kind of like I do with our meteorologists. Like anytime we have bad weather or something going on in the community, like thunderstorms or rain or hurricane, then I always joke around and basically say, what did you do today to make the sky so angry? It's all your fault, you know, things like that. So we're just laughing at that at our photographer, and he can hear me even though he's not in the studio because I have the little IFB hearing device in my ear. So it's just funny, and he's like laughing at us and basically making fun of us. But yeah, we're just continuing just until we're ready to record again.
So while we're talking, do I look at you or do I look at the
You
camera?
can
Or
put both. Yeah, both. Like,
Okay.
look over there. And
You see the prompt that you there?
Yes, I can. So, okay, Leah, so let's see. So I say, good morning, thanks so much for tuning in. And then I say, well, today we're joined by Leah Weiss, Texas personal injury attorney at 936 Abogada, who fights for injured persons and their families. Leah, we appreciate you dropping by. Good morning. And you can say good morning.
Good morning.
And then, yes, perfect. And then we'll leave that there. And then I'll say, well, you are known as #CrashGal because you have access to a wide network of experience, resources, and knowledge. So go ahead and tell me a little bit about the services that you provide for people in the Rio Grande Valley community. So is that part okay?
Yes, all
Okay.
that's okay.
Perfect. Okay, so then you'll answer, and then the cameras will hop between both of us and you, a close-up of you and both of us. And then we'll have, you and your team are so dedicated that you've even helped clients pay, and this was just on the website, you even helped clients pay bills and provide for their families.
And now, of course, I'm just having the client review the text on screen that I'm going to be reading from the teleprompter, just to make sure that everything is indeed finalized, make sure there's no errors in information, because of course we're going to be telling viewers about her services that she provides with her and her team, her locations all across the city, and we want to make sure we direct them to appropriate addresses, whether it be web, physical, phone number, social media tags, stuff like that. So she's just looking over everything, and of course, okay, well, I just wanted her to smell my perfume because she complimented it. But anyway, so yeah, we're just having her look over stuff like that. We did have her do that the day previous, but of course, just want to make sure everything is 100% ready to go before we film, because like I said, it's a one and done. We are not going back. So that's what we're doing right now, just following along with the teleprompter, reading through the script, making sure everything is good to go. There were a couple of changes that she decided to add in last minute, but that's pretty much it. And yeah, that takes a little bit of time because whenever you do enter something into the prompter and then you want to make a change, it has to go through the studio and then through the control room, which is like a completely separate room on the other side of the building. So it takes a little bit of time, but once everything is good to go, then we can definitely rock and roll. So that's pretty much it. And then of course I'm telling her I'm recording everything on the side for social media and of course the vlog and things like that. But yeah, it's a pretty cool process, and and it's nice just so we make sure everything is prepared and 100% on point.
Oh, that's why I'm so used to shaking hands, but now we're just like elbow pump or something.
So are we allowed to take several takes, or is it just like once and
We're
that's
trying
it?
to do it just once.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to do it just once. That way we can just have a smooth flow, and that way they can put the graphics up.
And at one point, like, do y'all need me, like, if I talk too much, like?
Yeah, no worries. So what I normally do is I kind of like try to look for a subtle signal to let everyone know, like, okay, we're wrapping it up. So maybe I could do something like this. Well, thank you so much. Or if I kind of like, if you see me like reach my hand over, like, oh, or you know,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
then you'll
Yes.
know. Because otherwise,
Like,
I'm just gonna be
just
like
like,
here. You know, I'll just move my hand.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Okay, that'll
Or-
be my cue.
Yeah, and even if I don't like say anything because I don't want to interrupt your talking,
Mhm.
like normally I'm just like right here, you know.
Mhm.
But if you like see me in your space, like, you know, wow, you know, then you'll know.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, all right, and then we have your info. Very good.
Here, unfortunately, there was a little bit of a technical difficulty with the prompter, so we had to call in one of the engineers to take a look at it. Normally, by now, we would be recording already. There is also construction going on the other side of the wall, another studio that we have, so it did take a little bit of time to kind of put in those, or to amend those errors, rather. But yeah, like I said, normally we'd be recording right now, but not too far away from that, so just hang in there. But for now, we're just looking over everything once more. And then I did want to add that we made sure that our positions were good, and I made sure to give her clear cues. That way she could understand when time was up, when I was giving her the cue to basically stop talking so I can wrap up. And I also directed her to which cameras would be for her, which ones would be for me. See, she's pointing to the cameras. And then the middle camera, of course, would be a wide shot of both of us, or a two shot, as they say in the control room. So basically telling her about that way she can make sure to look at the direct cameras instead of like looking at one and talking at one, but really another camera's on her. So I just wanted to make sure that she was aware of that. Went over that for a little bit, and then by this time the engineer would have resolved the issues that we were having technically already.
We are good to go, right, Leah?
Yes.
Okay. Mark, you'll give me every minute? You'll give me every minute? 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 30. You'll give me every minute? 4, 3, 2, 1, 30. 15?
So we have to get through everything in 3 minutes.
Yeah, let's try to do 3, but if we do 4, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll keep it.
And Leah already knows if I reach
Short.
over, she knows.
You can just like.
Yeah.
You don't have to like. just like.
kidding.
Yeah.
You know. Sounds good. I'll just wait for their cue and then we'll get rolling. Yes, please. And then once we get to the last minute, if you could just give me. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, we're almost ready to begin. So, like I said, you can just look here and then me, back and forth.
Here
Yeah.
or there? Mostly there.
Yeah, mostly here. Yes, we are ready. Standing by. No problem, we're standing by ready. I know.
Ready.
Yeah. I just noticed something, Mark. Leah's shoulder is touching the monitor. Leah's shoulder is touching the monitor and mine is not. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer her to move out or me to move in? Okay. Right there? Okay. Okay.
We're gonna adjust the camera now. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh.
I know. I'll jump in on that, Mark. Okay.
Good morning, and thank you so much for tuning in. Well, today we are joined by Leah Weiss, a Texas personal injury attorney at 956 Abogada, who fights for injured persons and their families. Leah, we appreciate you dropping by so much. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. We are so happy to have you.
Alright you guys, well that pretty much takes care of this vlog. I just continued with the interview, walked her out, and told her how she could get a hold of it afterwards. Be sure to subscribe to all my social media pages. Well, you know, follow me, whatever, you know what I mean. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, all that good stuff. Everywhere I am at Danielle Banda TV, and I'll continue taking you with me on my life as an entertainment television host, as well as my travel adventures. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. Bye!